about you? What have you learned?
Something strange happened on SKELLIGE a time ago. A disaster brought about by a burst of magic. Extraordinary, really. Natural anomaly. Never seen anything like it. My intuition tells me Syria was its cause.
Hello everyone, it is the Almighty Jeff and this is episode 99 of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Last time we completed the side quest High Stakes, we took on 3 other competitors at the Game of Gwent and led an investigation into who stole the gold before we could. We later learned that Sasha was actually a spy for Nilfgaard, though despite this we shared the earnings and enjoyed one last night together. We finished by finding another woven armour piece that was buried in the outskirts of Velen. Alright, so I've given Geralt a bit of a gloss up. The changes aren't that noticeable because we're still wearing the Griffin armour, because that's still the best we can do with that for the moment. However, the gauntlets and the trousers and shoes are all upgraded and are all slightly different. The swords are the same though as well. Again, we can't really change that, and I cleared out our inventory as well. So, it's about damn time. As I said last episode, I've decided that I'm not going to be clearing out all of these locations for the time being. We're either going to come back for these once we start doing the DLC, because these are all DLC locations. They didn't exist prior to, I think it's the Heart of Stone DLC. It's more Blood and Wine. I think those are the 2 DLCs. It's one of those. So I'm either going to do it once we start doing that DLC, which will be after the main story. So, I mean, that includes everything, the main story, the side quest, everything that was in the vanilla game. Or I might come back on our next trip back to these isles and start clearing them up, but I'm not too sure yet. But what I do know is that I do want to go to Skellige, because we have been in Novigrad for far too long. So it's about time we came back. And obviously, you might know we have actually done a little bit of work in Skellige, as it is. I think we've already seen this cutscene, so I'll just cut it out. Okay, so as I was saying, there are a couple of quests that we have done here, or quests that we picked up on the mainland that we continued here. So we did the Flesh for Sale, which was, I think that's the only quest that, oh actually no, there was, yeah, it was the only quest that was only in Skellige, that we did in Skellige, and that's because it becomes missable if you complete following the thread to a certain point. So I believe it was in, whereabouts was it actually? I think it was in Trottheim actually, which is a village that's basically full of pirates, and we freed the slaves they had captive and let them out. And obviously, because I dealt with that then, because once you do following the thread, you end up coming back to this location and big fight breaks out and everything like that. So we've we got that dealt with. I think we did the second part of Never Trust Children. I can't quite remember where that is off the top of my head. We can go back and find those episodes, of course, if you want to. Well, we did that because we wanted to do hidden messages of the Nilfgaardian kind. I believe. Oh wait, no. There was the Black Pearl quest as well that we picked up in Novigrad, which had us coming back here. But other than that, we've not done too much. So I want to start off by advancing the main story, because I do hope we can get a reunion with Yennefer, because it has been a long ass time. I don't think we've seen Yennefer since White Orchard, to be honest. So it would be nice to see her again. But I don't know. I know there's only about 6 or 7 quests in the Skellige section, which is a lot shorter than the ones in Velen and Novigrad. So I don't know. Oh, Trofast. Hello. I was worried then it was like a wolf chasing me down. But anywho, so we'll probably do this one quest, and then. Oh well. We'll find. Well, it's not going to matter to you because you guys can't see the minimap at the corner, but an exclamation mark's just showed up over here. And obviously, I don't want to miss anything, so in case it's an unmarked quest. So let's just pick things up as we go.
But I really have no choice.
What is it?
Our ship was wrecked against the rocky shore during the last storm. I've lost everything.
How am I supposed to help?
I haven't even got the coin for the journey home, and with each day's delay, I draw closer to bankruptcy.
Might have guessed you'd come around to coin. So, need a loan? Or is it just alms you're after?
I shall pay you back every lost copper, I swear it. You need only call on me at my address in Novigrad.
Fine, I'll help you. I visit Novigrad often enough. Might stop by, see how business is going.
Thank you. You'll find me in the Port District. My name's Johan Bonner.
See you later then.
Okay. Well, we're feeling rather generous this week, aren't we? So what was... Okay, see. That gives me the impression that was an unmarked quest. It doesn't necessarily mean it's missable. You know, because you could very well come back and give him that loan later. But better safe than sorry.
Our time amongst the living.
What is going on with all this?
What's left when we are gone?
Oh, is it a funeral thing? A procession? Got the oven mitts again. Love it. Yeah, lovely. Like this melancholy.
You need not do this, child.
I know, but I want to.
Clearly they know each other.
Tis madness. Such a young lass.
Erna should be the one going. They shared a bed alone.
Silence. 'Tis her decision.
I don't understand. Is it taking her off to be buried at sea? No, she's gonna die with him. What the hell? That's peculiar. Hey, there she is. There's that smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You look beautiful.
Oh, little
Thank
simp.
Nice to see you again.
A romance we can actually fall through on this time.
King Bran of Clan Tuirsech has embarked on his final voyage. At its end, our glorious ancestors await him. Together they will hunt and raid. They will sit round the fire and praise the deeds of ages past. For now, he lives in our hearts. One day, we too shall stand at his side and face the sea together. That will be a good day.
You smell wonderful.
Geralt, we're at a funeral.
You smell wonderful at this funeral.
Skellige
Bless him.
is its clans. In times of war, tradition holds the clans unite under the leadership of their king. we've bid Bran farewell. Time to pick his successor who will lead us against the Black Ones. The gates of Caer Troll stand open to all who hail Bran of Clan Twilsach dear. Mead and meat will be plentiful. During the wake, those who believe themselves worthy of the crown will step forth.
Come to the wake with me?
Gladly. Feasts in Skellige, so predictable. Slobbering drunks, brazen boasting, and the inevitable rows that result.
Yeah, nothing like the banquets mages attend. Remember the one on Thanid?
You were there. How could I forget? I also remember excruciatingly well what happened after the banquet.
Reading my mind again?
What's more, I like what I see. Did you learn anything in Velen?
Velen. Awful place. Somehow Ciri wound up at the castle of the local ruler, a baron, self-proclaimed. This was after she was injured.
Injured? Was it serious?
Don't think so. Must have recovered because this baron sent her on to Novigrad. Think she was looking for you at the time. These witches Ciri came across, she was lucky to escape them.
Witches?
Creatures more like. Can't say exactly what they are, but they're dangerous. Very. Also ran into an old friend of ours in Velen, Kira.
What on earth is Kira Metz doing in that wasteland?
Hiding from witch hunters. Listen, she told me an elven mage had been there looking for Ciri.
Good. You'll need to tell me more when we have some time.
Been to Novigrad. Ciri was there, looking for a way to lift some curse. She's not there anymore.
You're certain?
Heard it from Dandelion, with no embellishments.
Do you know any more about this curse?
Not much. Ciri ran into some trouble, never finished what she went there to do. I recovered a phylactery. She was looking for a way to enchant it.
I'll look at it later.
How about you? What have you learned?
Something strange happened on Ard Skellig a time ago. A disaster brought about by a burst of magic. Extraordinary, really. Natural anomaly. Never seen anything like it. My intuition tells me Ciri was its cause.
As much as I respect your intuition, Yen, we need something specific. Evidence.
I'd know for certain if I was able to inspect the disaster zone. Unfortunately, Ermion and his druids aren't letting anyone near.
Ermion's head of the Skellige Circle? Haven't seen him since...
Since Ciri was a little girl. I doubt he'll do you any favors, not even for old time's sake.
So why won't Ermion let you inspect the area of the anomaly?
Call it a difference of opinion. A large, loud difference. Look, it's Krach.
White Wolf,
Greetings, Krach.
I shall see you at the wake, and I'll not accept any excuses. I've an important matter to discuss with you.
I shall wear black and white for the feast. I count on you to don something complimentary. Something that doesn't reek of 1,000 hunts.
It's a ghost.
Yen, you know I can't stand new doublets. Just too tight till you break them in.
And just like Krach, I'll not accept any excuses. We're not here to enjoy ourselves. We've matters to resolve and should dress appropriately. I've rented a room at the inn. Took the liberty of laying out some clothes for you there. You ought to go. Choose something. In the meantime, I've something to attend to. We'll meet at the entrance to the feast hall.
Very interesting. Right. Right. Let's talk to this geezer. Oh, never mind. That was panning up to him for like a specific reason, but working hard or hardly working? Oh, so that was actually the quest. The king is dead, long live the king. Let's stop getting distracted. Let's check out this notice board. Farewell feast. Ymir the Old invites the warriors of Clan Einkrite to a farewell feast. He has lived 100 years and feels death's approach. He will not wait for it to catch up. He will make a foray to the south alone, and he does not intend to come back. Before he departs, he wants to drink mead one last time with his friends and foes. Stolen sword. Olaf, lead guard at Kertrold, would like to make the following known. Someone snuck into a crate armory and stolen the sword known as Coolio. The yellow-bellied scoundrel who did the deed was seen leaving the village via the southern gate, heading towards the old fort. Whoever helps recover the sword will receive a reward worthy of his efforts, and whoever helps the thieves a death worthy of his treachery. Woodland Spirit. Warriors of Skellige, if there's a man of ye brave enough to face the Woodland Spirit, the cruel oppressor of the inhabitants of Faerlund, he'll get a reward that they'll keep him in mead for a long while. We're not rich, but we've got a fair bit of coin between us. Come to Faerlund and ask for Sven. All the bloody contracts. Word Yeblin. Craving glory in gold, Gregor's sharp blade, and not afeard of death. Then come see Bjorg, the master boat builder, for he's got work for you. It's the Word Yeblin in the Kertrold Bay. They need to be killed, and for they've multiplied and grown so fierce you run into them every time you leave the harbour. Kill the beasts and you'll become famed throughout all the isles, and your purse will be heavy with gold. Gwent lessons. I'm currently taking on pupils for lessons in the playing of Gwent. I shall only teach those who display discipline, a logical mindset, and the will to learn. Those with special aptitude are particularly welcome. Pupils must acquire and supply their own deck. I also am seeking more experienced players as partners to provide us a challenge and a chance for the mutual improvement of our skills. Ermion Druid. Strong as a sea lion, slippery as an eel, and ready to fight against the best, join our tournament and face the mightiest fists in the Isles. Valorid of Kertrold, Einar of Ferro, and Grim in Arenbjorn. Don't delay, glory in Aurora, just a fist fight away. Alright, that's a ton of stuff then I should have thought we picked up. Yeah, Gwent. Fist of Fury. Ooh, level 30. Yeesh. Family Blade. Yeah, contracts in the hearts of the woods. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Alright, but for now, let's go and get dressed. Okay.
This has got to be Yen's room. She always did like space and luxury.
Luxury. Okay. Oh.
No idea how she managed to bring so much clothing. Must have hired out a galleon. As usual, black and white.
Oh, hello.
The stuffed unicorn. She fixed it.
Kinky bastard.
Glamour. Scent of lilac and gooseberries, even with the lid on. Taste hasn't changed.
So, Yennefer's journal. Oh dear, okay, this is pretty sus. My thoughts turn with increasing frequency to the idea of catching a djinn. If I could just harness its power, there is much I would gain. Amos var Yppis's tome confirms what I have long suspected, that despite my failure to do so previously, taming a djinn is in fact possible. According to var Ypsis, the difficulties involved in bending such a being to one's will can be overcome. He managed to do so, at the least. Alas, this does not mean his methods will necessarily be useful to me. Each djinn is different, each case requires a singular approach. I have more experience unravelling such magic riddles than almost anyone else alive, and if Geralt, with his talent for wrestling unruly magic beings, agrees to help, we just might find a way to do it. The problem is we must first find a djinn, a daunting task unto itself. See, I was thinking in my head then, isn't that how Geralt and Yennefer first met? But she's clearly talking about she already knows Geralt. So I'm a bit confused, but okay. Because wasn't she looking for a djinn to restore her fertility? Something like that? I don't know. I'm basing this. I've not reached that part in the book yet. Okay, just walking into to Yennefer's room there.
Tisaya de Vries, the poison source. Still turns to it for inspiration.
Oh, I was just about to read that, but okay. Let's just grab what we can. Ah.
Her megascope? Guess she never goes anywhere without it. As Philippa Eilhart said, megascopes and toothbrushes, deeply personal possessions.
Okay. I think that's everything then, isn't it? I just saw the book The Last Wish then, and that's the short stories book. It's not technically the first book in the Witcher series, is it? But it's the chronologically the first, because that's the one that I'm reading. Okay, so it just seems that this is the only new one. No one is born a mage. We still know too little about genetics and the mechanisms of heredity. We devote too little time and resources to this research. Sadly, we still conduct trials in the inheritance of magic ability using, let us say, natural methods. The results of these pseudo-experiments far too often can be seen in the gutters of our cities and begging outside our temple walls. Far too often we see and encounter brain-dead and moronic women covered in their own spittle and passing themselves as prophetesses, seers, village diviners, and miracle workers. Cretins with brains generated by the uncontrolled power they inherited. These simpletons and fools can themselves breed, can pass on their abilities and continue the degeneration. Is anyone capable of foreseeing or defining what the last link in such a chain will look like? Most of us mages lose the ability to procreate as a result of changes and disruptions to the functioning of our pituitary glands. Others, sorceresses, most often, mature into their magic powers with gonads intact. They can conceive and give birth, and have the audacity to consider that good fortune a blessing. Yet I repeat, no one is born a mage, and no one should be. Aware of this gravity of what I write, I provide an answer to the question posed at the summiting Sideris. I answer with every certitude, each of us must decide what she wants to be, a sorceress or a mother. Interesting. Right, just get all this ticked off. Oh. How long we got? About 10 minutes, yeah. No rush. Right, what do we want? That or that? Black, definitely. Okay. Oh, I think that's how we're looking.
Right. Just not something I'd ever wear. But what don't we do for her? Who exactly is she to me?
She's the love of your life, Geralt. We turned down Triss for that, so you damn better acknowledge that. So that opens up that question, doesn't it, for everybody? If you want to make that choice, I guess that... Okay, game, where are you taking me? Obviously, like I said, as always, you guys can't see it because the minimap's under where my face is going to be. But it's throwing me everywhere. So yeah, oh, hello. Right, there's a quest. Again, I don't want to miss anything.
Got us some weird diabling. You know, drowners. Real problem. The kind your silver sword could most certainly solve.
Certainly solve.
Let me guess. They're tearing your nets, devouring your fish, and attacking the occasional lone boatman or tavern patron who walks home along the shore.
Were that the only harm? Terrors in the bay are meaner than on the continent. They hunt come dusk or dawn. They attack fishermen wielding just oars and warriors alike. Sea tosses them up after. Armor shredded, guts devoured.
Strange. Any witnesses?
Rurik, my apprentice. He was on a boat the Muir Diablin attacked. There's Tove too. Her man was killed. She lives nearby, up a bit. Sorry, none other comes to mind. Those who see the beasts, meet him, well, they generally don't come back to dry land alive.
Okay.
Let's talk about my pay first. A bit too modest for my taste.
So this is a contract then. Is 300 acceptable to you?
That's just a bit high, master.
Okay. About 280.
That's dear, it is. But could be worth it. All right, I'll pay you what you want.
I'll take the job. Dealt with drowners many times. It'll soon be over. Got my word on that.
Okay, so that's actually a quest. We already had that ongoing, didn't we? Well, not ongoing, but we had it in our quest log. But it appeared as an exclamation mark, so I thought it might have been like a proper quest, but never mind. Forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so I suppose they're still trying to give you the choice in case you did decide to go off to Triss. But I went through all that heartache to turn down Triss in favour of Yennefer, and by God, you better believe I'm sticking with it. You've got to be goddamn grateful. I mean, you know, other exploits along the way, they don't matter. As long as it isn't Triss. That's all this game does. It don't care. Okay, we probably could have rode Roach all the way up here. I acknowledge that. I thought it would be a case a bit like Oxenfurt, when you bring Roach in, she'll just go at like a snail's pace. You know, making the pilgrimage. Doing the run up the road. Bridge to Kedge Road.
Bran was a great ruler.
He needs a worthy successor.
You speak as though you have someone in mind.
Skellige's troubles very much derive from it not being a hereditary monarchy. Any upstart can be king and destroy his predecessor's legacy.
The King of the Isles is a more symbolic position.
That should change as well. A strong leader who wields true power. That is what the times require.
Introduce me?
This is my friend Geralt, and this is Birna, widow of the dear departed Bran.
The Queen Mother. It's a pleasure to meet you, Geralt. You must forgive me, but on a day like today, I'm afraid I cannot indulge in my penchant for long conversations.
I can see you chose your own outfit. You know, of course, that together we look about as good as lace frills on a battle axe.
Everyone's got their style. Don't like funerals. Don't like feasts.
I know. You also dislike underdone meat and being teleported. But sometimes we must overcome our disgusts and prevail.
We should mingle before they all get drunk. There'll be no talking to anyone then.
Good thinking. I don't know what Krach wants, but when we meet with him we should have clear minds.
I'm not gonna drink. Why dull my senses when I'm in such pleasant company?
Do you plan to compliment me all evening?
I plan to tell you what I think.
Oh. Okay. Can we talk to Yennefer?
What have you brought for the farewell feast?
No, okay.
Bread, sheep's milk cheese. Our wagon's full of
Yes?
black ones.
Geralt, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Hmm?
Your beard. Why did you decide to grow it out?
Don't really know.
Must say it suits you.
Oh, good. I was like, oh, no, get it trimmed. I was like, okay, anything for you, my dear.
Lady Yennefer. Sir,
Greetings, Arnvold. My companion is Geralt of Rivia.
I am honored.
Nice to meet you too. Quite a few guests.
They come to bid their king farewell. They come to see the claimants to the crown.
We wanted to talk to Krach on Crate.
The Jarl will join us shortly. He's assigned you a place of honor at the table just beside his daughter Ceres. Follow me, please.
They've seated us here.
I asked them to. Wanted to meet the notorious witcher Geralt.
We've met. Don't remember?
That was ages ago. Yalmer and I were children when you last visited Orda. But you should meet your feast mates. Allow me the dubious honor. That's Halbjorn, son of Holger Blackhand. Blue Boy Lucas, Madman Lucas's firstborn. And choking down a stockfish over there is Otric on Hindar.
Fair enough.
Seems they set us with the sons of Jarls, exclusively.
Ceres on Crate is the daughter of a Jarl, Geralt. Jarl's daughters are in no way inferior to their sons.
Do you know every last one of them dreams of being Bran's successor? Look at him. Likely lot.
Ceres is jealous, for the one among us who performs the greatest feat will be crowned king.
We all know the feats are a sideshow. Our fathers will choose who will wear the crown. What do you think they spoke to Pratt with?
You talk like that because you're short of strength and skill. Remember when Hjalmar challenged us all to a race up the mount? You didn't stand with us then. As he buried his axe in that stump at the top to mark his victory, you were warming your chicken bones by the fire.
Had my reasons for not participating, but I would have won then, as I'd win now.
Now that you mention him, just noticed Hjalmar's not here.
My brother walks his own paths. But about the race, why don't we repeat it? I'm willing to challenge any of you, Witcher included. If I beat him to the top, venture to say that'd be a feat, eh? So you in?
If the Witcher's in.
Geralt?
Gladly. What are the rules?
Whoever pulls Hjalmar's axe from the stump at the top of the hill wins. Stray off the path and you lose.
And here I was, ready to puke from all the boredom. Let's go!
Okay, well, I need to end the episode, so,
We're here. From this spot, you must reach the top of that mount. At the summit, you'll see the stump of an oak. Hjalmar's axe buried in it. Whoever pulls the axe from the stump first wins.
I'm ready.
You'll start when I sound the horn.
well, it looks like I'm doing this. Oh. Okay. I was hoping we'd be able to have a second just to stop it. Just so I could do our wrap-up, because obviously we've got a lot of journal entries and stuff to go through this time. Okay, go. Come on, son. But, it is what it is. We'll do this race and hopefully we'll have enough time. Just leaving her in the absolute dust. It's not even a competition. Okay, Geralt. Please, buddy. Come on, game. Oh. Come on.
I won, but only by a hair.
No such thing. There's winning and there's losing, and I lost. We best go back to the week.
Let's.
I wonder if we should have let her win.
See the wake's in full swing.
Lost sight of yous. Who won?
I lost.
Lost to a Witcher, Sparrowhawk. That'd likely happen to any of us. Enough of the natter and let's drink.
To Ceres.
Pass the mead in a tankard for the man.
To Bran. May he want for nothing in the world beyond.
To my beautiful companion.
You've been great company. Sadly, it's time we moved on.
Really?
Indeed. We must talk, but not here. You shall learn all beyond that door.
Okay, cool. Right. So quickly flip through our glossary. Nothing new there, nothing new there. Characters, we've got Arnvald, Berna, Blue Boy Lugos, Bran, Kerrison Crate, Kraken Crate, Ermion, Hjalborn, Ottrig and Vindar. Okay, that's it. Books, we've got stuff, but hang on. Okay, it's gone, never mind. I don't think there's anything new here in particular, is there? World map. Obviously we're in Skellige now, so I think the only thing we've picked up is Kertrold Harbour and the bridge to Kertrold. Quests, working through The King is Dead, Long Live the King. Secondary quest, we picked up Gwent Skellige style, Fist of Fury Skellige, The Family Blade. I think that's it for side quests, isn't it? Contracts between the Heart of the Woods and Contracts to Yevlin. Nothing new here, but we have completed Destination Skellige. I think that's it, isn't it? So, character no level up. It's not even going to let me meditate, is it? I didn't think it would. So let's save the game there. Okay, that is going to end it for today. You know, great episode. I'm glad we finally managed to bump into Yen again. Seems they're straight off into it seems Geralt straight off into flirting, which is what we like to see. Even if it is at a wake for a king. I don't know what's going on. I'm sure we'll find out more next time. I'll do a little bit more research into what we're going to be doing around Skellige as well, just so I'm not just thinking, I don't know what to do, let's just continue the main story, and then I'll end up going past things that we can't do anymore. So we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this chapter takes us. Before I wrap up, let me take a second to thank my amazing patrons. My £5 patrons are Over the Snake and Ron Hyler. You can find links to their channels as well as my other £3 patrons in the description down below. And on screen you'll see credits to my £1 patrons. Thank you so much, everyone. It is truly appreciated, and it goes a long way to help the channel, so I do thank you a lot for that. And if you wish to become a patron, you can follow me in the description down below. But you don't have to do that, because at the end of the day, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.